Welcome to training. Now that you have a good idea of what the products are, and you have a little bit of a feel for what you're going to need to do in order to get a financial profile over to our debt specialist so that they can run that free consultation, let's talk just a little bit about velocity marketing and how this all comes together. Now, you've seen this graphic before up to this point, and this is our velocity marketing graphic, which basically says, here's your responsibilities and here's our responsibilities. The key thing here to remember is you are going to simply refer people over to us, and we're going to do the majority of the work. Now, let's talk about the agent responsibilities for just a second. The first thing you're going to do is complete a profile, and you've seen how to do that both via a fax or via an online profile. The next thing you're going to do is make sure you schedule that appointment, again via fax or online. And the next thing that's very optional is to attend that appointment with your client. At times your client's going to ask you, would you mind being on that appointment with me, so you can hear the strategies and the solutions that they're providing, and you're going to want to be on there. Or if you don't have time to be on there, then it's completely optional. But what you are going to want to do is follow up with your client, make sure they were satisfied, make sure they're receiving the services that they thought they were going to receive, and also follow up with them, because as we find solutions, they're going to be very excited about the things we teach them, and it's going to be a great opportunity to ask them for referrals and for other business. So let's talk about what happens at this appointment. So you send in the profile, we schedule an appointment with the customer, or you do it online and the appointment's already scheduled. What happens on the day of the appointment is we are going to get on the line with this customer, and we inform the customer beforehand that they're going to need a phone, and they're also going to need to be in front of a computer with internet access. And then what we're going to do is activate a live look or a go-to meeting, basically a computer-to-computer webinar, so that they can see our screen and we can pass the controls to them if we want to see their screen or they want to show us something. And so everyone is seeing the screen, and then we're discussing the different matters over the phone. Now, what you want to be aware of is that multiple people can be conferenced. So you could be conferenced, a husband and wife could both be conferenced from different locations, maybe different workplaces. And so multiple parties can join both the online computer screen and also on the conference call. So that's what's going to happen on that online web conference. And those generally last about 45 minutes, sometimes an hour, based on the number of questions the client has. And at times we're going to have to schedule a follow-up because we're going to need the client to gather some information. Maybe they've got a little more complex situation that we need to address. Now, on that call, what is the debt specialist going to do? He's going to firm up the numbers. We have most of them beforehand, but we're going to make sure those are correct. We're going to clarify what their challenges are, ask them where they want to go, short-term, long-term, get some of their initial questions answered so we know where they're headed, both with their home and all of their other debt, and just overall in general what their concerns are right now with their home situation or other. Then we're going to present solutions, and at the appropriate time, we're going to collect a payment, set up the account, and when that happens the following Friday, you get paid. Now, what we want to talk about next really briefly is the Velocity 3. And Velocity 3 are simply the 3 things that you need to do immediately to put your WeExcel business on the fast track. So what are they? The first is personal coaching and training session. The next is to consider personal financial wellness for yourself. And the third is simply to dig in, get out there and spread some awareness and get in touch with 100 contacts with the script that we give you. So the first part of Velocity 3 is that personal coaching and training session. Now, every single WeExcel agent, as you join, you're going to get a 1-hour consultation with one of our debt specialists. Now, that's your opportunity to get very familiar with how a web conference works, get familiar with the type of advice we're giving to clients, and what we recommend is that you position yourself as the client. You ask all the tough questions, you express all the concerns that you have, even to the point of being maybe a little bit of an advocate and saying, well, what about this and what about that? And really let us convince you that these products are good and that they're going to serve you and your clients well. And finally, what's going to happen in that personal coaching and training session is a personal light bulb is going to go on, and you're going to see how effective this model is of sending over to your clients to this homeowner counseling division and the advice and coaching that they're going to receive. Step 2 of Velocity 3 is personal financial wellness. Now, this one is critical. We like to call it putting on your own oxygen mask first before you go and offer the rest of your clients the oxygen mask. But we want to make sure that you personally are financially well. It's very difficult to talk about financial wellness if you're in trouble. Now, we realize that lots of real estate agents are in kind of a lull in regards to commissions, and maybe your finances aren't what they used to be. But let us help you put back together a map and a plan to get back on track. And that's something you can chat with your clients about as well. You can be real with them and say, you know what? I'm in the same process. I'm trying to get my life back in order because I've seen such a reduction in income, whatever the case may be. But we want to help you groom your credit, get a healthy debt to income ratio. If you're a product, the product, as I mentioned, much easier to sell. And we're going to introduce to you as an agent how you can upgrade to the Hope system for just $99 instead of paying the $499 to get started and using the Hope system so that you can share your personal experiences with your clients. And then with the MCA, if you're qualified for that advanced strategy, which is the most powerful debt elimination strategy, there's agent discounts available, and we'll discuss those with you on your coaching call. Okay, the final step in Velocity 3 is once you've experienced those couple of things, you're ready to take the script and you're ready to go raise awareness. You're ready to let people know what you do. Now, the term networking is very familiar to all of us. And I want you to imagine that you just opened a State Farm agency and you wanted to go out and tell everyone that you were selling insurance. You told friends, family, you told them to tell their friends. That's what you need to do. You need to go out and let them know all the services that you provide as a real estate agent and let them know that you can help any homeowner in any situation. The reality is people are waiting to talk to you if you have something to talk about. And so you can call with confidence. You do have the tools to help any homeowner. So get out there, and the first thing to do is to generate activity with 100 people. On the next training, we're going to talk about what that means in regards to commissions and solutions for your clients. So here's the basic script. I'm not going to read through this because it's on your training site under the resource section. You can go find this. But basically it says this: because the market has changed so dramatically over the last 24 months, I find many of my friends and family have questions about the current marketplace. Now, you can read through that script, but on down to this first question, it says, what would make you feel better about your current home situation? That is the golden question. You as a real estate agent can call any homeowner, knock on any door, doesn't matter, warm or cold, and ask that question, and they're going to open up and tell you what would make their home situation better. And then you're going to see if you can solve that through selling or listing their home or helping them buy a new home or a new property, or if you need to incorporate the homeowner counseling division to assist that client. Okay, so Velocity Marketing, again, it's a very powerful referral program. That's what I want you to think of it as. I'm referring these people over to my homeowner counseling division. It's very easy to implement, and my challenge to you is to fill out a profile today and to begin the Velocity 3. Schedule that coaching appointment if you haven't done so with another fax or a call into the office, and get those things going. On the next training, we're going to be talking about receiving a paycheck every single Friday and how we implement that and all the additional income streams that are going to come into play to make that possible for you. And what I, again, want to encourage you to do is schedule your own personal web conference for that coaching session, and to consider yourself and look at your own personal financial wellness, and all these things will come together, and you're going to be excited about going and talking to your clients, friends, and family about the program. We'll see you on the next training.